want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect. You know, basically we're just gonna chime in, you know, to go in the spirit of the Lord, man. You got guys basically saying they coming in the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, you know, but they in a rainbow coalition, which we know through the spirit of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai was not with that. You know, in order to be and rep that name, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, if you will, you know, and come in that name, coming in that likeness, coming in that image, you know, you basically are a rebel to the earth. You're a rebel to the rest of the world. You ain't supposed to be having all kinds of likes and being buddy-buddy with everybody out there, man. Yahushai wasn't buddy-buddy with everybody, man. Yahushai had plenty of enemies. And not only did he have enemies, he had spies among them as well, man. And that's the main thing that we want to touch on today. You know, well, the spirit's going to flow how it is, but what inspired this video, this whole sit-down, because there's spies amongst us, man. Right. You know, and, you know, certain brothers, you know, around, they made jokes or whatever the case is, but, you know, I'm talking about brothers, you know, because we was talking about spies or whatever, me and another brother. But whatever, man, it's all good, but like I made the statement before, man, hey, man, there's going to be spies amongst us, man. It's just like back in the day, Paul spoke out about spies. You know, you got, you know, Judas was a spy. Right. You know, so how much more the men of the Lord, man. You know, Paul spoke about it. You know, it's always, you can count anybody that's opposing the word of the Lord is a spy, no matter how you slice it, man. Whether you're a spy for Satan, whether you're a spy for Esau himself, which is working with Satan, you're a spy, man. Right. You know, well, basically, you know, Sakari, you know, Alizé, Bun Laughter, you know. Hey, man, nigga made a video talking about the apostles, talking about Apostle Ricard, just getting on brothers' opinions. Oh, you like this type of woman, you like that type of woman, this, that, and the third, whatever. You hate the black woman, this, that, and the third, whatever. And then he comes out and he speaks about this craziness about, you know, how the apostle, you know, the brothers that's helping the elders, the apostles at the main camp, you know, when they need a little help, you know, to dig deep, man. And it's crazy too because, you know, ultimately the only way he knows this stuff is because somebody is saying something, man. Yeah. You know, you got somebody out there that's really reporting back to Sakari, man. Right. Which I believe wholeheartedly that Sakari, you know, the Sakari sect, if you will, is CIA operatives, man. I believe that wholeheartedly, man. You know, the Most High, excuse me, Esau set you niggas up, man. Straight up and down, man. I ain't, if that information to come out, hey, man, I'll be like, I told you. Well, in the spirit, you know. But ultimately, you niggas is, you know, y'all ain't right. You know, you over here, you spying out our liberty, right. You know, through the spirit of the Lord, you know, and you just won't let men of the Lord be men of the Lord, man. That's the problem, man. And then you niggas talking about, Sakari talking about, you took Andrew Jackson, they gonna take Andrew Jackson off the $20 bill and put Harriet Tubman. You know, Harriet Tubman, like she was an honorable person. What person you know, what Jake you know in Esau society that really stood up for righteousness, if you will, is getting some type of memorabilia or some type of acknowledgement, right. in a good light. Not hypothetically, you know, you have an example of, you always mentioned back in the 60s, you had Martin Luther King, we call him Martin Lucifer the Queen, right. Or Martin Lucifer the King, if you will. And then you got a man like Malcolm X. Malcolm X ain't win no NAACP award. Right. What's my man name? Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey. Nobody even know about Marcus Garvey like that. Right. You know, because they really cared about their people, if you will. Now Martin Luther King, on the other hand, he has a holiday. That's a federal holiday, right, man. Right. The post office is closed on Martin Lucifer the King Day.
Paid.
Yeah.
Paid federal holiday.
Right. It's a paid federal holiday, man. You know, his birthday gets acknowledged. He has his own day. Yeah, the NAACP awards.
Nobel Peace Prize.
Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah.
You know, Harriet Tubman. You know, she's so-called freed slaves, which that don't make no damn sense. They act like she took them back to mother effing Africa, man.
Right.
You know, that's not the case. Or Harriet Tubman, all she did was she transferred slaves from being in chains to being corporate slaves. Right. She was set up by the elites. You know, so she gets some type of memorabilia on the $20 bill. Nevertheless, you know, before we get into any of that, Brother Shaw, it's in Luke. You know, whose face is on, because the Pharisees came to him. Should we? They tried to trick Yahushua. Should we pay? Should we pay? Pay taxes? Should we pay taxes unto Caesar? Render. I know it's in Luke.
Render.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, and you know, this is all part of this faith that we in. You know, we got to deal with, you know, spies, men that sow discord amongst brethren.
Oh, that's a good one.
You know, it's all part of our suffering. You know, that's what we got to deal with. This is part of the cup that we have to, you know, bear. You know, so to speak.
You know what? Get that though. Proverbs 6 chapter.
Yeah, I got it.
You got it.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
hold on. I didn't know you were so quick, brother. My bad. Let's get that first though. Start at 19.
Luke 20 and 19. And the chief priests and the scribes the same hour sought to lay hands on him, and they feared the people, for they perceived that he had spoken this parable against them. And they watched him and sent forth spies.
I didn't even know that was there.
Right.
I didn't even know that was there. That's the spirit. That's the spirit, man.
19 as well, right.
You know? Go ahead, bro.
And they watched him and sent forth spies.
Right.
Which should feign themselves just men.
Hold up. You know what? The choir, look up the word feign in that scripture. That's verse 20.
Right.
Luke 20 and 20. Look up that word. Read 20 again, Brother Shaw.
Verse 20. And they watched him and sent forth spies which should feign themselves just men, that they might take hold of his words, that so they might deliver him unto the power and authority of the governor.
Right. So that's what Sakari you doing, my man. You know, the whole sect and everything.
Feigning yourself a just man.
Right. And the thing is, because he has his little minions, his little spies, if you will, and then he makes his little video. And the way I seen the video is because Baloo uploaded it.
Oh wow.
You know, so they all tied in together, man.
And Baloo don't do the work, but you're with Baloo.
Right.
Long as it's against Yahushua, that's all it is.
Exactly.
Never mind GMS. Let's get down to the nitty gritty of it, right? As long as you come against the Lord, Yahushua, that's your problem. And you know, we're talking about spies. Whoever the spy is, guess what? You're gonna fall hard, man.
Yeah, man.
And you're gonna be brought out to light. It always happens. Everything that's done in darkness gets brought out to light. It always happens. It may take a little time, but with time comes patience, right? It always gets brought out.
Yeah. You got that word?
Yeah, this is G5271. It says hypocrisy. It says It says to take up another statement in reference to what one has decided for oneself, to reply, answer, to make answer on or speak on the stage, to impersonate anyone, play a part, to simulate, feign, or pretend. But when you go into the Strong's definition, it says to decide, speak, or act under a false part.
Right. So basically, actors, they acted as though they were themselves just men. They acted as righteous men. They acted as brothers.
He said in there, simulate, pretend.
Right.
You see, feigning themselves just men. You pretended like you're a just man, but you're wicked as all hell. Sakari, that whole sect. It also says simulate. Now, when you simulate something, you're acting as if it's the real thing, but it's not. Let me simulate that this is a shooting event. That's what, the different training and stuff goes and does. So you guys simulate like you're just men. You go through the motions like you're really for the people and teaching, but you're really wicked. You're coming against the Lord, man.
Right. And whoever those men are that are amongst the main camp, because certain stuff he was saying, through the Spirit, you can't deny it. It actually happens. So what, though, So what? Brothers, reach in their pockets and help the apostles out. So what, man? Right. So what? The apostles get a little money for their work. So what? That's a part of the scriptures. But the thing is that you got people around that's actually acting as if they're brothers.
Right.
That's You know, that's beyond, you going beyond limits. But guess what? It's part of prophecy. That's why we're bringing it out. You gonna say something?
Y'all had a quick precept.
Go ahead.
This is Psalms 37, verse 32. The wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh to slay him.
See, the wicked watcheth the righteous, man. You know, and seek to slay him. Come on. The wicked watcheth the righteous, man. You know, that's a spy, man. You know, and seeketh to slay him. Right now, let's like the brother said, let's get down to the nitty gritty, man. You know, this whole thing of, you know, this whole so-called beef or whatever the case is, this so-called beef that happened with, you know, with the apostles, and GMS and Sakari, not Sakari, excuse me, Sa Nigga and all that, calling it, getting the Crips and the Bloods and all this craziness. You know, why is that? How this whole so-called beef start? You know, with the whole thing with the woman and all that. You know, you could rape little girls and then Sakari he pushes it, man. You know, because once upon a time, man, you ain't had no problem with the apostles. Right. You know, you was giving double honor to the apostles up on the side, nigga. All of a sudden, you know, you slip up on a couple words, and then all of a sudden, all hell breaks loose versus GMS. Right. And you know what the proof of that is because they were still dealing with Sakari. Right. They side nigga was still dealing with Alizé. Right. Even though Alizé was saying that he was he came up under the apostles. Right. But as soon as the so-called beef starts with Alizé, all of a sudden it's all war against the apostles. Right. That's why the scripture says what? The wicked men seeketh to slay the righteous. Right. All right. So nigga, you got, and man, the whole thing with Yerah. I'm gonna keep bringing this stuff up, man. You know, because it must needs be the whole thing with Yerah. Yerah got punched and everything. Right. Niggas is wicked, man. No, Yerah. Right. Yerah got punched, and you know, and while he was doing the work or whatever the case is, you know. And how is that? How is that, man? Right. You seeking to slay the men of the Lord, nigga. Right. Wicked nigga. Wicked men seeking to slay the righteous. That's right. You don't know that you've been a victim of stupidity, because the only reason why Sanetta and them dealt with you is because you were the closest thing they could get to a GMS member. Right. When they interviewed Sakari and he went to go say, yeah, our elders, he said my elders are, you know, they thoroughly go through the scriptures amongst all that. You were their gold mine to them because they knew they couldn't get anybody in GMS to go do an interview. And since you being an idiot and went with them, they were like, yes, we got something that can get kind of close to them, man. Right. That lets you know that you're wicked, man. Because no other brother in unison, because we all in one body, would do anything with Sanetta and them niggas, man. Right. And the thing is, see, now you could say, see, what they'll say is, brother, oh, y'all saying two different things, which we are kind of saying two different things. The brother's saying, you know, you might have been sincere. You know, you might have been sincere in doing the interview or whatever the case is. Or the other way around. Or you could have been set up. See, I believe in the spirit that he was set up from the beginning. Right. Because even reports, even coming from, you know, the brothers out in Seattle, brothers out San Fran, the brother Yakal, how you was always trying to stir up division, you know? Brother, I'll say this, you know, because like you were saying, brother, like you got some brothers that got their personal opinions about things too. Right. I didn't, like, I'm going to say it again, word for word. I didn't think you was right from jump back then when you're calling them. Right. Ever since you had long hair and you didn't want to cut it back then, I knew you wasn't right. Back then. Like I told this brother, we're not in the time. We're not in that time. All of us are Nazarenes right now, in the spirit. That's right. We don't need to show forth. We're showing it forth right now. Through faith, man. Through faith. So I knew you wasn't right back then. You wanted to keep that shit. Why? Because ladies love that shit. Right. And we ultimately, you know, women like that shit. Right. Yeah. Come on. Ultimately, nigga, you just a figurehead. Right. You know, a figurehead of wickedness. Because you got people that just want to mimic this nigga now. Right. You got people, exactly. Even some of the people, remember the dude, I did the video of him, you was like, he was scoffing on our page. He was on the comment board. He was on the dude, remember, he was like, what he said, man, he put the video up, and I said, man, you know, I'm going to make the video later. That same dude, he's on Sakari, he's on that page. Bigging them up? Yeah. See, demons, that niggas is complete demons.
I got a precept.
Go ahead.
Hey, this is Sirach 27:27. It says, "He that worketh mischief, it shall fall upon him, and he shall not know whence it cometh."
Yeah, that's right, man. Because, hey, man, the judgment's gonna come swiftly on you cats, man. You know, judgment gonna come swiftly. You know, you think you're doing the right thing. Some of you may think you're doing the right thing. Then you got some guys that's out there just being straight up wicked. No, they being mischievous, if you will. But hold on, I know you got some. Well, let's finish that real quick because we talking about Harriet Tubman being on the $20 bill.
Luke 20:20, and they watched him and sent forth spies which should feign themselves just men, that they might take hold of his words, that so they might deliver him unto the power and authority of the governor.
Right, that's what y'all want to do with the apostles, man. Right. At the end of the day,
right.
Because these same people are back, man. Baloo, Johanna, all these other cats. You think Johanna and them cats, they not watching these videos and watching what's going on, even though they don't say but so much?
Right.
You think they don't know what they don't watch? You think Nate and them ain't watching?
Right.
These same niggas that's back from back then.
Right.
You know. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 21, and they asked him, saying, Master, and then they had the nerve to say, Master, we know that thou sayest and teachest.
Right, man.
And they had the nerve to say, Master.
Yeah, you know, not for
right.
nothing, man. It pissed me off because that's the same thing this nigga do.
Right.
Oh, what about this elder? What about this apostle? Right. You niggas front like you really being humble and really, you know, being studious, if you will.
Feign themselves.
Yeah, right. But they still do it, you know. Well, not too much no more. You know, the line's been more drawn. But let's go back 4 months ago. You know, you had Alizé and them talking about, oh, you still my elder.
Yeah.
Fuck you niggas, man.
Yeah,
Straight up.
Yeah.
You know, go ahead.
And they asked him, saying, Master, we know that thou sayest and teachest rightly. Neither accepteth thou the person of any, but teachest the way of Yahweh truly.
Right, exactly. You see, we know that you teach the way truly, or we know that you more diligent. These guys right here, you know, they're most diligent. Nobody go more deeper than them.
Then what's the problem?
Right.
That their own words cut them. If he's supposed to be the master, the teacher, and he teaches the way of the Lord truly, why try to cut him?
Right.
See, they even in their wickedness, they cut themselves.
Yeah, you know? The scripture's a two-edged sword, man.
I thought you had something.
All right, real quick.
Go ahead,
This is 2 Timothy 3, verse 14. It says, "But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them."
Right, but with the body, you know, the body. If you fast, I'm just using this as a metaphoric term. If you fast, the body will get rid of ailments. You know, it will get rid of foreign elements, foreign objects, foreign elements, if you will.
Right.
You know, if something in your body ain't going right, like when you fast, you use the bathroom, you move your bowels, you urinate, you're getting rid of toxins, and that's see, the body of Yahweh Shai does that on its own, man.
Right.
You know, if you're not down with the cause, man, you're not truly down with the cause, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Right.
That's it on that.
Yeah. I just wanted because at the end of the day, you can't say that you wasn't taught by those men.
Right.
You know, and your whole foundation is the things that they taught. So if they are off, you gotta get rid of everything that they taught you, man. Right. If they not the real men of the Lord, what you know they the men of the Lord.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's why he going so hard. Oh, if I take them down, then I'm gonna be a man, like, you know, kind of thing.
Covetous.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Let this brother, because let's finish this.
I got you, brother.
Verse 22. Is it lawful for us to give tribute unto Caesar, or no, Salakia? But he perceived their craftiness and said unto them, Why tempt ye me? Shew me a penny, whose image and superscription hath it?
Yeah, whose image is on the dollar bill? Whose image is supposed to be on the dollar bill? Whose image is on the $20 bill right now? Whose image is supposed to be on the $20 bill? Nigga, it ain't our money. See, that's putting Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill is like really fulfilling what she did before again. You know, because at the end of the day, Harriet Tubman, what she made it was an illusion that we were free. So if you put a Jake on the $20 bill, that's even putting Jake more. Look, nigga, we on the money now. We good now.
Right.
Stupid niggas.
Right.
You know, so hell yeah, it's worse to have a nigga woman on a goddamn 20 bill, nigga.
Right.
$20 bill, man. I'd rather have Andrew Jackson devil ass face to remind me, look, we still in
Yeah,
captivity.
exactly.
Nigga.
That's
Exactly.
right.
You stupid
Exactly.
niggas. You know, but the thing is, niggas make these comments and then everybody just jumps on the bandwagon like, yo, see, look, they hate black women. You fucking niggas, man. Go ahead, Albert.
Verse 24. Shoot me a penny or a $20 bill.
Right,
Right.
right.
Right? Whose image and superscription have it? They answered and said, Caesar's. Okay, Andrew Jackson, right?
Right. The people
It's
that are
not-
over us.
Right. It's not really that. I'm just throwing it, you know, because people get stupid too.
Right.
Verse 25, and he said unto them, Render therefore unto Caesar the things which be Caesar's, and unto Yahweh the things that be Yahweh's.
Right. Plain and simple, man. Plain and simple. That's why we give double honor to our apostles and our elders. Why? Because the apostles and elders are speaking the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You know, what another nigga used to do. What Alizé used to do. You know? That's it on that, right?
One more.
Uh-huh.
Verse 26, and they could not take hold of his words before the people, and they marveled at his answer and held their peace.
Right, man. Right. You know, because at the end of the day, man, you know, again, like brothers is saying, hey, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is dealing with the apostles of GMS. Like it or leave it, man. You know, we really, and the thing is, we don't care. We don't really, you know, it is what it is. You know, we really don't, through the spirit of the Lord, we don't care what you niggas really have to say. You know, it was just for the edification, you know, of the camera. But really, my whole beef, I could care less. Y'all make all y'all opinion videos or your hissy fits, you know, or your hissy fit videos, whatever the case is. I could really care less. My beef is with the motherfucking spies. You know, these spies, man, these niggas that act like they brothers, man.
Right.
That's my beef. You know, that's my quarrel, man. A nigga that act like he a brother, man.
Right.
You know, ain't nothing worse than a house nigga, man,
Right,
if you
right,
will, man.
right.
Nigga act like he cool with you. You know, like Austin, man. He's a prime example, man. You know, the brothers, we work the same job. 3 of us, four of us in the room. We work the same job. We know a nigga was just like that. Nigga be all cool with you, talk shit about the bosses with you and all that. You know, but then what he doing? He going to the bosses and talking. He telling he talking about where he'll use his words to say that you said it to the boss.
That's a traitor, man.
No,
Backstabber.
Yeah. The scriptures talk about that, about traitors, man. Hey, look that up. Try to find that word, traitors. You know, I believe there's a scripture to talk about traitors, man. You know?
Yeah.
You got something, right? Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Sirach 23:7. It says, Hear, O ye children, the discipline of the mouth. He that keepeth it shall never be taken in his lips.
The mouth is what? The prophets, man. You know? Just like Nathaniel during the time with David. You know, the Most High spoke to Nathaniel, and Nathan. Yeah, Nathan, you could say Nathaniel, Nathan, you know, Nathan, you know. He spoke the words to David, man, and David took heed to it. Just the same concept with Samuel, and you had Saul. But Saul didn't hearken into all the words of Samuel, you know. You got guys out there that know that the men of the Lord, that know that the prophets are the apostles of GMS, but they still buck up, man. You know, just like how we was going in that camp earlier, how, you know, if you take heed unto the words of the Lord, you lean unto the words of the Lord, the Lord will be with you.
Right.
Now the same thing vice versa. Now if you want to buck up to the words of the Lord, you think that you ain't gonna be recompensed for that neither.
Right.
You know? I know scripture's about to fly out, man. Brothers are loading up.
Yeah, it says, Hear, O ye children, the discipline of the mouth.
Right.
He that keepeth it shall never be taken in his lips. And it says,
Yeah, because the scripture says what? By thy words thou shalt be justified. By thy word. You got that right there? Go ahead.
This is Matthew 12:36. But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. For by thy word thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned.
Right, so that can get you in a world of trouble, you know, just by you tail bearing, man. scriptures speak against talebearing, man. You know, but the scriptures also do say, meddle not in other men's affairs, man. That goes into it too. You know, you over here, yo, so what you doing? Oh, all right, word, all right, cool. And you go back and you go tell another man, you know, just for your own stupid gain, man. You know, so hey, man, you know another thing too. That if this so happens to be a spy amongst that sees this video, man, you better, man.
It's gonna cut them.
Right, but you know, all in all, brother, what I'm thinking too in my spirit, you know, that could just be me speaking. You know, I'm speaking as a man that's, you know, trying to do the right thing in the spirit of the Lord. There you go. Repent, nigga. It ain't too late. You know, once upon a time, you know, I've been spying, I've been fucking up. You know, talking to this nigga Sakari, man. I know the Lord. I'm looking at Judas, man. It didn't work out too well with Judas, so I might want to change my mind, man. So
the Apostle Torah said that. He said it can be men out there that want to. He said it some time back. There be men out there that want to spy or be spies, and then later on they realize this is the truth and they turn around.
yeah, man.
If they're the elect, they're the elect.
Yeah, look at Paul. Look at Paul. Paul was persecuting Israel. Paul was persecuting the Lord and his men. But Paul, he got knocked off the horse. You know, the vision came to him. You know, he got the words of the Lord. He said, whoa. You know, hey, man, there's another brother out there. You know, I was just thinking about, I was kind of not making fun of him. It was something he was saying before. You know, I'm coming straight. The brother, he's a brother now, but Yakanan used to make videos up and coming against the Apostle GMS.
But one thing about Yakanan, when he made those videos against the apostles, it was never videos about dirt on the apostles.
Right.
See, that's what all you demons do. Because at the time, he did have demons on him.
Right.
That's what all you demons do. You come up against the apostles, but it's never against the doctrine that they teach.
Right.
It's about tit for tat, like the brother likes to say.
Opinions.
Little opinions here and there, but it's never about the proper teaching of the Lord, man.
Right.
That lets you know that these are the men of the Lord.
Yep.
Meanwhile, when you go against ISUPK, IUIC, all these other so-called Hebrew Israelite off-brand groups, we go into their doctrine that is off. Never mind what they're doing with their woman on the side or money. Who cares? We're in hell. We're Israelites. You're supposed to catch the curses being Israel. So if a man asks for money from his woman, who gives a fuck? We're in hell as Israelites. But the one thing is doctrine. Are you teaching the word of the Lord correctly? That's the thing. You can't say that these men are not teaching the word correctly, man.
Right. And all the shit that Polite brought out, talking to Tazariak's woman, and how Tazariak was blowing him up, talking shit about the school, how he was being done dirty, this, that, and the third. Ain't nobody make no video saying, look, I knew ISUBK, them niggas wasn't right. Man, let something like that happen with GMS. let one of the brothers, woman, start talking crazy. Lies or truth. Oh, man, it'd be hell up in Midtown Manhattan. It'd be hell up in Harlem, man. You know, what you know, that shows who the men of the Lord are, man. But, you know, you got something?
Yeah, come on. This is, I got a quick one, then I got another one. This is 1 Corinthians 11, verse 19. It says, for there must be also heresies among you, that they which are approved may be made manifest among you.
Yeah, that's them false doctrines, man. Them heresies, man. The guys that's over there, you know, making up their own doctrine, man, at the end of the day. Like, for instance, you know, going into what we talking about, Alizé, you wanted to switch up, and all of a sudden they ain't talking. What did he say? I can't even think of how you flip the script with the scriptures with Deuteronomy 22 and 28, how, you know, they ain't talking about rape. He was talking about, he said something, I forget, man, but he just completely flipped the script, man. Because even the apostles, it was beautiful. It was beautiful how they brought out how a heresy is not just a doctrine, it's a whole sect. That's why all you guys can get together, man. That's why all you guys can be together. Man, that whole comment board, when after Alizé made that video, man, it was a jambalaya of Israelites, man. You know, you had all kinds of shrimp, alligator, possum. You know, you had just all kinds of wicked, filthy creatures on that comment board. It was just it was foul, man. I'm like, but the thing is, brother, I'm gonna be real with you. I never laughed so hard at a video. Like, it was just so much bullshit. Like the opinions, like. You You don't like black woman? Well, you don't like this black woman? She crispy? So what? I like this crispy black woman. You like white trash? Like, niggas, what the fuck? Like, you know, like, it's a bunch of bullshit, man. You know, go ahead.
Now I was gonna say because it says, for there must also be heresies among you, that they which are approved may be made manifest among you. So you know the people that's actually studying, studying the scriptures to see if this things may be true. That's you basically proving that the apostles are the men of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And I posted that on Apostle Gabar video, and he replied and said that scripture I posted, and he said the opposition proved they are not worthy, and at the same time prove whoever is not of them is worthy. Because that's what they doing. Through your heresies, through your lying on the scriptures and the word, it proves even more that the apostles is the men of the Lord. Mm-hmm. So you can't do nothing against the Most High, but for the Most High. You just proving it, because we're not looking for everybody like y'all looking for. You get a couple of people that agree with you, and you get all big headed and shit. But we just looking for the elect, man. For them brothers that's like minded, who Lord willing will be them men, was with us from the beginning. It's the spirit that's bringing us together, and you being found out to be not of that spirit, man.
Right, it's a balance. The more and more they get wicked, the more and more the knowledge increases with the men of the Lord. The more and more we get tuned into the faith, and more get tuned into the spirit and level up in the spirit, the more and more heresies you come out with. Like you're not supposed to worship your house shot. A ton of videos come out about how you supposed to worship your house shot. What else? What's some other stuff? That niggas are saying more recently.
Flat Earth.
Yeah, or flat Earth. It was some other stuff that happened more recent. Then the niggas bear false witness talk about the apostles said you could rape your niece. Like, the apostles never said that. They never said that shit.
Oh, well, okay, then they just made a video. Well, they not too long ago, the apostles, they made a video saying you can't deal with relatives that are close to you, because they even the scriptures say. I know it's in Deuteronomy. I think it's like
Leviticus the 18th chapter.
Oh, the 18th
right.
chapter.
Can't deal with two sisters.
Right.
Oh, right. Yeah, too close to you. You can't deal with kin that's too close to you.
Yeah, the next to kin. Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, all they do, like the brother said, it's about the doctrine. You can't attack the apostles on the doctrine. You try to attack their character, and then you play on the emotions of the people, of the things that they learn from this world, man. Which is off, man, because we all been into Americanized, but we trying to break away from those ways, and you playing on those emotions, and that's the people that's agreeing with you, man. So, like I keep saying, you just proving that you're not of the spirit, man.
Well, that's what Esau does.
Yeah.
He plays on the emotions of the people. He uses catchwords, buzzwords like
yeah. Their words are softer than oil, smoother than butter.
Mm-hmm.
But war was in his heart.
But war was in his heart. That's right.
Yeah, they follow the devil, man.
Yeah, these guys like Sakar, you're not part of the kingdom of heaven, man. You're part of the kingdom of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. Right. You're not part of that, man. You're not a part of it, man. Because if you were a part of it, you wouldn't be doing what you're doing. You wouldn't even be a part of the Black consciousness movement, man. You wouldn't be dealing with them, man. When you think of the Israelites, man, we're separate, man. We separate ourselves from these other nations, the heathen. So we're not about this Black consciousness shit and all of this other bullshit. We're about pushing the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. They fighting against the Lord. In actuality, you're not fighting against us. You're fighting against the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You're trying to overthrow the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. That's what you're really doing. Subliminally, that's what you're really doing. That's what we see, man.
It's segregation, man. Yeah. We're about segregation. Y'all integrating with heathens, spiritual heathens.
Nigger heathens.
Yeah. Niggerdom. Yeah. Go ahead, Al.
Proverbs 29 and 16. When the wicked are multiplied, transgression increase, but the righteous shall see their fall.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's right. The more and more you niggas come up with these crazy ass doctrines, all you doing is wheating. All you doing is wheating. You're pulling out the weeds. We're flourishing and growing, and you're just pulling out the weeds, and we're watering. You know, through the spirit, we're watering, planting. You're pulling out the weeds. You know that.
I got a quick one real quick. 1 Timothy 4:1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils.
That's plain. That's plain and simple, man. That's plain and simple. And Sakari, you are the head of that. You know, much pun intended. You know?
Yeah, the Lord is setting Sakari up to be made in sample, you know? Like Achan. Like Achan. Like, what is it? Back during the time of the book of Acts. What is it? You know, when they lied? When
Ananias and
Sapphira.
Yeah, your name is going down in the book, sir.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, 'cause you got people in the book that was known for great things and righteousness, and you got people that's in the book for buffoonery, dishonor.
Yeah, a vessel into dishonor.
Yeah, a vessel into honor, a vessel into dishonor.
Because the Lord, the Yahweh Shai is the ultimate potter. You know, you're falling into the hands of the Lord, man. You're a vessel, man. The Lord have fashioned you. You know, as a pot to be thrown on the ground, man, at an appointed time.
Yeah. You're a throwaway.
Yeah, you're a throwaway vessel.
Yeah.
You know?
That used to be an example.
Yes.
A vessel under dishonor. I remember brothers always use the example, you know, somebody can make a toilet for the specific reason of making a toilet.
Yeah.
A toilet is made to shit in, not to plant the little, be used as a vase.
It's not going to the front window.
But it's not going up to be, you know, shining as a toilet. It's a nice porcelain toilet, but you shit in it. You niggas is toilets. You made to be shitted on, man.
Yeah, that's it.
Right now, the Lord is shitting on you by the truth.
Yeah.
We say that to be joking, but we say that as truth. You getting shitted on, man.
Yeah.
Because everything you come up against the Lord, you get brought down.
Yeah. Prove me wrong. I dare one of y'all. Prove me wrong.
If I may, sloppy, because the brother brought out the scripture. You got to be mindful of whom you learn these things of. Some men in the scripture have to fit that bill, man.
Yeah.
They have to. Who is that talking about? This is Hebrews 13 and 17. It says, obey them that have the rule over you, and submit yourselves. You other groups, you don't submit yourself to a main particular group of people, group of elders that you say these are my elders. You don't do that. Okay? It says, for they watch for your souls. Yeah, these particular rulers over Israel, they watch for your souls. That means they have a job to watch over your soul. That means they don't take breaks. Okay? It says, as they that must give account, that they may do it with joy and not with grief. They watch over your souls with joy and not with grief, man. What men today fit the scriptures, fit what the scriptures are saying?
And you know, that's the spirit out there. Because what's the name? The apostles just was talking about that in the live stream. He said, yo, man, we don't really, like, they watch, but they don't watch just to be trying to, like, you know, to be tyrants, if you will. They don't, as far as our videos, you know, they're not micromanaging us. Right. You know, they watch our videos, you know, just for edification.
Get fired up.
Get fired up, you know, to get themselves in the spirit as well, you know. That's humble men, man. They, you know, but one may think in their mind like, oh, that we're watching the videos, oh, that the apostles are watching the videos and like trying to shape and like teach us every little tit for tat kind of, you know, or you going off from this, or you going off from that, or you should do this, or you should do that, you should do this, you should. Hey man, when you teach a child something, you know, you teaching a child something, you teach them something. The way you teach them, you want to teach them in the manner of, look, I'm not going to do this for you. You're going to learn to do this on your own. Right. You know. So when you have men that look at for instance, the apostles again, they look at it, they watching the videos. They're not tyrants, man. You know, they're watching over us. You know, for righteousness' sake.
Especially after they show you how to do it. Like you made that example, they're not going to do it for you.
Right.
Doesn't mean they can't show you.
Right.
For example, I'm going to show you how dribble this basketball. I'm gonna show you how to catch this football. I'm gonna show you, but you got to go out and catch it on your own. You see that? The apostles shown us how to,
You could get it.
conduct ourselves in the truth. They show us, but we got to physically go out there and do it. It says that they may do it with joy and not with grief. Who always says we love doing this work? Who always says that? We live for this. No other group says that. We love doing this work. We live for this, man.
No, because all the other leaders ain't doing the work.
Exactly.
For that is unprofitable for you. In the scriptures it says, it says that they may do it with joy and not with grief. For that is unprofitable for you. If they did it with grief, that would be unprofitable for you. So what men fit that bill?
Right. Just like the other, because you had camps in Great Millstone, which had tyrants for leaders. And, it was grievous to those men when you talked to them about it.
Right.
And then after a while, when they said when those men got weeded out, it was like a breath of fresh air.
Right.
It was like, it was relief. That grief was gone.
Right.
But the apostles, man, see that's the thing. And that's why you niggas hate when the apostles bring up the old school. Because the old school, that's how it was. You had men that were, being tyrants, being grievous towards other men. So the apostles, they learned from that crap and they learned what not to do. So they pass it on to us. And hey, man, it is what it is, man. Like, you guys can get mad all you want. You can say that Tahar's our daddy. You can say that with men pleasers, with robots,
Cult followers.
Coco wearing a cold. You can say all that you want, man. It's like all this stuff just makes us more sure, like, we're in the right thing. The Wadi Yahweh Shim Yahweh Shai, man, because you niggas are in the wrong thing.
Right.
You niggas are mixed.